Hello, my name is Amina and I'm your decision-making specialist. And today is July 31st, last day of July. And this is day 136. I lost track. 136 in shelter in some shape or form. And here we are. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And when I listen to the reports and the science and the data, wow, there are going to be a lot more videos, a lot more illnesses, a lot more people dying if we don't do our best to make a difference. Please wear your mask. And my very best wishes to you and wherever you are, that you are keeping safe and healthy and very well. Thank you. You're important, absolutely essential to your story and the bigger story in the world. You matter. Today, I was listening to a science program, and they had a story about some scientists finding some bacterial microbes down in the bottom of the ocean, dredged, trapped in some sediment. And by their measurement, that bacteria is 100 million years of age. Wow. I'm counting the videos and the days at 136, and this poor bacteria's been down there trapped for 100 million years. And at least I have oxygen, you have oxygen, we can breathe. Do you know that that bacteria's been down there, trapped in the sediment with just the minimum, lower than the minimum of diffused gases, which means these oxygen necessary bacteria have been in a survival mode that scientists are still questioning how. So they have some of these microbes, different species of bacteria in their lab, and they nourish them, lots of fresh oxygen, and guess what? 100 million years old. They're starting to divide and grow. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to offer, if those bacteria trapped down in the bottom of the ocean in sediment for 100 million years are showing us the significance of our own survival mechanisms, so that when we feel trapped, when we feel dredged under the muck and the mire, and we get COVID fatigue, We get overwhelmed and we're exhausted. And these things come, they're natural, because guess what? We have the human element. And so when that happens, I have a question for you. How do you nourish yourself? How do you get fresh oodles of oxygen? And what helps you start to grow again, start to feel alive, start to feel more free? I'm curious. Is it something of beauty? Is it finishing a project? Is it coming up with a new idea? Is it talking to somebody? Is it some kind of food, exercise, reading, listening to a podcast, taking an online class, or maybe just a moment to yourself in your closet? Some people are doing that, and it helps them refresh their oxygen, come out knowing I can do it. I'm going to be okay. So that is just the offering today. If those 100 million year old bacteria can figure out a way to come back alive and thrive, let's see what we can do. All right? If you start feeling down, pay attention to what your choices are. And I know it's really hard. And let's see how you do it. Now, in all fairness, the bacteria had some people come down and scoop it up and take it into the lab and nourish it. And I'm going to offer that sometimes you, all of us, need and want help to get out of the sediment, to come up higher, to feel nourished, to be cared for. A little help to carry our bucket, a little help if we start to lean to one side and tip, a little help if it gets hard to get out of bed some mornings, a little help if we find that our passion has gone flat. Now, some people will say, well, Amna, I can do it on my own. I'm strong. I can dig myself out of the sediment. I can do it. I've done it all my life. I'm competent. I'm this and I'm that. Yes, you are. And has that always helped you feel stronger? Sometimes people say, well, if I ask for help, then that means I'm weak. Well, if we switch that around and just listen an eyelash of a moment to me, what if we switch that around? What if, using our what if tool, what if not asking for help actually makes us weaker in a different way? What if not asking for help and trying to prove it and push us and nudge us and force us to do it on our own? What if that belief that we are weak if we ask for help might shift, and that actually, like the bacteria, asking for help, I know they didn't ask. If we ask for help, and we're willing to accept it, and it is from somebody that we trust to be helpful, not push us further down in the sediment or try to make us listen to their sad story, even though that's important, just in the moment, that just listens to us and tries to understand what is going on for us. What if that really isn't weak? What if that makes us stronger, helps us breathe in more oxygen, helps us start to grow and thrive? And if we don't get help, what if that actually makes us weaker? Because we're trying to walk on our own. We're trying to do everything on our own. And even though we can, it doesn't mean that that always makes us stronger. What if we have somebody to help us with our nourishment? And like the bacteria, then we are free to grow. And what if we don't ask for help and we get so exhausted that we are literally too weak and exhausted to move forward? What if? I once had a gentleman, and he was very independent, and he was a client like all my clients that will have a resistance, no, and they're buying time to see what fits, and they want to say yes or no to it. And he came in one day and he said, you know what? I decided I'm going to ask for help. And I said, what changed your mind? And he said, I know that I can do it on my own. And he said, I realized the time that it would take doing it on my own is not the kind of life I want to live. He said, there's just only so much time that I want to feel misery, that I want to feel like a failure, that I want to feel lost, that I want to feel by myself. So I'm back and I'm asking for help. And I said, I am delighted that you are, and we can do it together. So I'm offering to you that you think about how you're feeling. And when you start to feel weak or buried in sediment, check who you can help. Check who can help you so that you can feel better. And the reason I said who you can help, because guess what? People want to help. They feel better when they have helped you. So everybody wins. All right. When somebody comes and they want to help you, be smart like that bacteria. Say, yep, I'll go to the lab. I'm ready. Let yourself feel stronger by saying yes to help. All right, come back tomorrow and appreciate yourself in the midst of all of this. Take care. I will see you. And thanks for stopping by. Bye for now.